Hi guys, day 2 of my Vlogmas. So today I'm going to go over, I've never shared with you my plants. So one of many obsessions is plants. I became a plant mom about 3 years ago. I still have one of my very first plants I ever bought. This little guy, I don't know if you can see, he's kind of hilarious. But see how he kind of has that little finger thing that's pointing up? This is just a chopstick that I put in there to like help him out. But yeah, this is my little cactus that I bought years and years ago, and he's still alive. Okay, 3 years ago. But I think that's the longest standing little guy that I have. But yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to kind of go through the routine that I do when I water them and kind of go through and trim them for the week. I usually try to do Sunday and Wednesdays are my watering day. So I'm just gonna kind of grab a plant and we'll get to it. Okay, this one I know is a form of a rubber tree. I'm the worst at the plant names, guys. It needs to actually be white. Typically when I'm watering them, especially because it's fall, you don't want to overwater them. I'll just put a little bit in there, water it, and then see if anything overflows. So I have my bucket in case anything overflows. Pretty much all of my plants, if they're in a pot, they have this little plastic thing. I haven't unfortunately gotten all of my plants in pots yet. That's the goal, but let me know if you guys have a trick for this. But whenever I buy a plant and then I buy a pot separate, they don't fit. So I need to measure and be better at that. So that's pretty much all I do. Okay, so this is just like a softer like microcloth. I'm not even gonna put any water on it. You can put a little bit of water on it, but I'm literally just gonna take it and wipe down all these dusty leaves. A lot of my plants I'll get them and they'll start, this one doesn't have it. Well, kind of this one. I feel like this one is like a newer leaf, but see how small that one is in comparison to the other ones? They just start growing like really teeny tiny leaves. The other one, it's a really good example. This guy, oh, he just lost a leaf. This is a polka dot begonia, but I don't know if you can see, like the leaves literally are like huge on this thing. So he's not doing so well, but he still has some new growth, so he's still alive. But you can see how teeny tiny the leaves turn, and I'm blaming it on just the lack of light, I'm assuming. Let me grab my water. I forgot to show you this number. Hopefully you can see that. I'll tag it below too. But this is also what I use to see if they need any water. So it goes from 1 to 4, and it has dry and wet on this little odometer. So this one is really dry, which these ones are never supposed to get dry. So bad plant mom. I just kind of water it until it goes back to wet. So now it's on a 4. And I don't know if you can see that, but there is some water that's coming out the bottom there. This guy actually, I made this plant holder. It's just literally a box with some contact paper around the outside of it. So it's kind of warped and it needs a new plant home. That's why I'm taking it out and just kind of letting it drain, because this one doesn't have like that little drainage water catcher. We'll just leave this one in here for a moment. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much my drill. I don't have a ton of rare plants just because I don't know if I can be trusted yet. This is actually one that I got, and I am going to go on and actually trim some of this stuff off. I just kind of use a scissors and then trim away. And I just finally found where my infestation is coming from. You can see those, all of the fungus gnats. We might have to put him outside for just a little while. So I'm assuming maybe it's just not draining enough. This is one plant that does need to stay moist. He is a little bit more prone to like fungus gnats. That's like my biggest pet peeve with plants, guys. Like, they drive me nuts. I did get some, ever heard of mosquito bits? And my gnats are like Arnold Schwarzenegger's because they just kind of laugh at the mosquito bits. It does nothing for them. But anyways, if you have another solution, I also tried the neem oil. That doesn't seem to work either. There's a gentleman, I'll have to tag his profile below. He suggested bug brew from Amazon. It's like 20 bucks, y'all. So I'm trying to like work through all of my remedies, if you will, that I've already invested money in before I spend another $20. But it looks like it's gonna have to happen because this guy is still has a ton of gnats. So if you're ever wondering if your plant is infested, literally just take it, and if you hit it, you can either see them walking around in there, or a lot of times they just like fly away. You might have to go into quarantine for a little while. You want to separate the plant that is infested because they'll quickly spread to all of your plants. So just keep that in mind as well. One of my favorite guys. This one's called Naomi Campbell because look at her long legs. Ah! She's all the way wrapped around there. But look at this beautiful trailing. This is the Monstera Swiss cheese. Again, I only know the more slang terms for the plants. I've seen a few different names actually. So the Monstera Swiss cheese, they'll either call this one the Swiss cheese, or there's a larger version with the holes in it, and sometimes they'll call that one the Swiss cheese. So anyways, that's what I call this one. No plant expert here, but that's just what I call it. And she's named Naomi Campbell for obvious reasons. She has big, beautiful legs. These ones actually they don't like to trail. They like to crawl. So I may be moving this one. And maybe I can do like a DIY with that too. Just creating like a stake, a moss stake for it to grow up. And it'll probably be a little bit happier. We'll check out her soil. See if anything flies out. No, this one actually doesn't have an infestation. And then also like on the leaves here, you can chop off the kind of crispy tips. Honestly, typically don't care too much. We'll just chop off a few of these. But yeah, so this one I've had for quite a long time too, which funny story, I can keep this one alive. However, like the bigger giant, I think they're called Monstera deliciosa, they do not like me, or I don't like them, one or the other. I love them. I want one with all of my heart, but they just die. So I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, I finally got her. I'm gonna come up closer so you can see this. Look at this beautiful variety of plant. And again, I think this one's a silver pothos. I'm probably saying it wrong. She's just so pretty. And she got really long. So I don't know, I try to kind of tuck her in so she isn't just dangling, because she doesn't have too much holding her in there. I don't know if you can see that. She needs to be repotted, I know. I'm trying to wait to do all my repotting until spring, but she may need to get done before that. And this one, I usually don't take this one down either, but I'm happy I did, just so you can kind of see what's going on. Water comes out. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of these guys in here. This is just that mosquito bits. We may give her a moment just to kind of completely drain there. This one's really pretty. This is my neon pothos. The trailing ones are super fun, but then you just have to be careful when you're taking them down. But again, this time, oh, I think I just dipped a leaf in my coffee. I wonder if that one will be like extra, like just crazy growing, like on steroids, or if it will not appreciate my caffeination there. But again, just taking this one down, seeing what's going on in the soil. This is one of my favorites down here. I will look this one up and then post it. I want to say it's like a ruby something or other. Oh, ruby philodendron. So philodendrons, if you have like super low light like I do, they actually do really well. This one over here is the Philodendron Hope, I believe, and that one like is growing like crazy. So super excited about that one. This is like this story where I got a pot and it doesn't fit the dang nursery pot, so I try to cut it down, but it's just really hard to like get in and out of there. But I always want to try to take it in and out just to make sure that it is not sitting in water, because this one, I don't know, because I can't really see the bottom of it too well. It can sit in water. You never want your plant to sit in water, for sure. So just make sure that doesn't happen. I will share one of my saddest stories with you. My Triostar. It's not even a trio, it's just a duo star. It's not happy at all. So I'm gonna do a ton of research after this to see if I can salvage it. It's really dry. This is not one of my best plant moments here, but you live and you learn. My friend's is like flourishing. This is probably one of her most gorgeous plants. So every time I would go over to her house, I would just like stare at her beautiful plant and wait for the day that I was blessed with my very own, and now this is what has happened. So I don't know. If you have any questions or any more suggestions on low light plants, because I believe I am northwest facing window. So in the morning I get some sun, but I don't know, we live in a complex, so there's a building that will block it. So it kind of sneaks down part of the morning, and then after that, that's it. And then over here I get some like just ambient lighting, but it doesn't do much. So any suggestions for plants that live well in low light, let me know. And it's been fun. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.